Hello, all. It's been a while since I got to put out a message of in a bottle. Been traveling a little bit for work. Still have to do that to earn some money, pay for the garage. But hey, so as I'm watching the news, just a thought I had, and I really couldn't wait to put this one out because again the gray matter starts going, and this week I'm not sure how many of you guys saw that. Mark Zuckerberg, I'll just call him Mark Z, did an interview with Joe Rogan. Now I'm going to talk about an odd couple, right? Uh, Mark doesn't, he doesn't do a lot of interviews. You don't hear a lot from him unless it gets called to Congress, of course. A lot of turnover in his company over the last, I don't know, year and a half. Coincidence? Maybe, maybe not. But I always find it interesting that when I think when you're afraid, and this will be interesting. Maybe I'll get the message in the bottle out there, and maybe I'll get a reply. I don't know, but I'd be very curious. But anyways, did you ever notice like when you watch a movie or a TV show or something, right, and you have this secret that you become involved in, and then suddenly you're afraid, and the answer always is, put it in the press, and then if something happens to you, of course, it'll be out there. And I find it very odd that we don't hear anything from Mark Zuckerberg. Lives off on his little place in the tropics there. Got his own little palace, guarded palace. You don't hear much from him. But anyways, drops a $500 million into politics a couple years ago. And a lot of things can be said about his company. Good, bad, and different. I think, back in the day, lots of good. As of late, so lots of questions, a lot of questions about his personal interactions and things he does with his money. But I guess, such as the billionaires play. But I find it interesting. He goes on Joe Rogan, and of all people, Joe Rogan has a huge audience. And definitely, I don't know that they equate to his audience, his normal audience. But he goes on, and Joe Rogan is asking him about the FBI and Hunter Biden laptop, and Zuckerberg, of all people, hesitantly, and if you watch it, you should watch the interview. But I mean, comes out to say that the FBI met with Mark Zuckerberg, and said, "Hey, by the way, this is before the story even came out about the Hunter laptop," and said, "Hey, this is going to be Russian disinformation, just like back in 2016. We really want you to be aware," and all this. And I find it interesting. This is what Mark Zuckerberg says. Don't know if it's true. I have nothing to say that it is true or not true. Just the fact that he said it. So we'll go with it. And he's saying it to I mean, Rogan's got millions of people that listen to him on a daily basis. I don't listen to it, his show. I'm aware of his content. I think some of it is definitely entertainment. Some of it is thought provoking. Some of it is just Joe Rogan, I guess. So hey, why not? But anyways, I thought it was really interesting that they're having this interview, and Zuckerberg is out there saying that the FBI told him to beware of Russian disinformation that would be coming out in regards to the laptop. So, I just got to wonder. So my message to the bottle today, and I'm throwing it out into the internet ocean, and maybe Mark Zuckerberg will see it. I don't know. But I just got to wonder, is this a preemptive? Is he scared? Did he get involved 18 months ago into something that is now coming back, that he's afraid? Why would he suddenly come out and start doing interviews and saying that the FBI contacted him? This is just not anything I've seen from Mark Zuckerberg in in the decade and a half that he's been on the scene. I think he was one of the youngest billionaires at one point in time. But all the same, I mean, you just very rarely ever hear anything from this guy. You used to, and then he kind of went into the darkness, and you would hear about his activities, but you really wouldn't hear from him. And all of a sudden, here he is in a limelight spotlight. We're not talking about like hanging out with me, right? Where maybe a couple hundred people might view your video. I mean, you're talking millions of people are watching and hearing, and he puts this message out. Um, I'd be very curious. I mean, I guess my message in the bottle is saying, hey, Mark Zuckerberg, what do you know that you felt you needed to just speak out in such a way that it kind of feels like you're got that ace up your sleeve, like you need to share something um, as an insurance policy. That's what it feels like to me. Um, but anyways, I hope you guys, hopefully you guys, again, thought provoking. I'm not saying a guy did anything wrong. Not saying no. I'm not saying. I mean, it's very thought provoking. That's it. Again, never hear from this guy. All of a sudden, he's on one of the largest. Well, he is large part. I think he's one of the largest podcasts in the country. Joe Rogan is, and millions of people. And you're going to say, if you're Mark Zuckerberg, you're going to say that the FBI contacted you to basically spread disinformation because they're telling you something is not true. And he said he believed them, and said he didn't censor it completely, but he slowed the traffic on it so people could still view it, but not in the content in the way that normally would happen. So, anyways, yeah, I that was just blew my mind. There was a lot of news that came out this week, to say the least. And I try to kind of keep up on what's going on in the world, kind of keep an eye on things, just to see what's going on. This is my curiosity. But I think it's very interesting that Zuckerberg came out and made a statement about the FBI. It definitely feels like, to me, feels like an insurance policy. Like he put it out there to millions of people to know. That just seems odd to me, man. Yeah, especially after the last couple years and all of his supposed involvement and documented involvement. And I mean, you see shows out there. There's some movies about it. There's some shows about it. There was plenty of coverage in the media about it. His involvement in the 2020 election and the amount of money that he actually put in. Forget about the politic level again. It doesn't matter what side he's on. I think anybody can be used, manipulated. But I find it very interesting that he put it out there. And kind of really feels like an insurance policy. I would love to have a message back from Mark Zuckerberg. That's my message in a bottle. It's out to Mark Zuckerberg and the Facebook team there, I guess. I don't even know if the team would know, but Zuckerberg would. Why did he feel compelled to get on Joe Rogan, of all places, and discuss his involvement with the FBI and his actions? But anyways, I hope you guys are having a great day. There's some other topics I'd love to discuss. Don't want to flood the channel, but certainly hope you guys are enjoying it. If you are, please like, share, subscribe. You'll get notified when I do drop my nuggets of thoughts. And anyways, God bless and take care.